Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello, and welcome to the Spiritual Reality Show. Hello, Janet.
Welcome.
Beautiful
Hello,
as
Vivica.
always.
You too. You're a shining light. I can see
Thank you.
that
I
light.
just don't feel like it today because I'm kind of under the weather. I'm feeling something is, coming on,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to mention that because I want to receive today. If I can just be the one who can open up and just feel that beautiful energy come in, I would really appreciate it, Janet.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm so happy you can ask, Vivica, because so many people won't ask. They'll just sit in it and go, well, it's not important. I'll get through this. But you know what? You don't want to just get through something. It's nice to ask for help. It's nice to ask for support. And it's nice to share that you're not having the greatest day. It's because it's okay, and it's not to bring anybody down. We're
Mhm.
just saying,
I
everybody
am
has their
good. I am good. I'm still that loving being, but it's just
time, right?
a
But
little low in energy.
guess what? After the activation with Donna Marie, we had and the whole clearing. This is part of it. It
Yep.
can get into you, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and it's going to come out whatever way you meant to come out. So,
And I want to
um,
share something when you say that. I
mhm,
think that's
yeah,
so important, Janet, because the thing is when you clear, and for me at least, I know that when I'm clearing and there's stuff that's been sitting really deep within my core being, and
yes.
when I really finally release, I have a
Mhm.
reaction. And usually it comes because I have to make new decisions or,
Mhm.
I can't use the same pattern because the pattern is erased. And so it's
Yeah,
kind of like I'm going, what do I do? Just for
you're
a moment, but in that process, I know what's going on. So I'm releasing and I'm surrendering in every second of that understanding. But I still have to go through it because I can feel the shift. And so it's just like a little detox.
oh, it's a detox, and it may not be so little.
Then I'm strong enough to deal with it because I'm just telling myself,
Well,
this is fine. I'm loving my physical
well,
body. I'm
yes.
allowing it to release it.
And yeah, you have to surrender. It's the surrendering to this journey. The spiritual journey is not a bed of roses here. You know, it's really not. I mean, it's not for the faint of heart. I mean, I'm sure people have heard it that might be listening, but you really have to commit. I mean, once you get on this and you get the, like, first they lure you in with the good stuff, which is part of what, and this is what our soul wants. So it's not like this is anything that, I said the word lure, it's not really luring. It's just that we finally step onto that path that our soul has chosen. And now we're going, oh gosh, now I got to do that. Oh no. I didn't know that was involved. All this clearing work, all this shadow work, and people are like, oh, baloney, I don't need to do that. But you know what? If you don't do it, you're not getting where you need to go. You're just spiritually bypassing. And that's a word you've been hearing around for a few years now. But spiritual bypassing is when you're not doing the work. You're
Mhm.
just saying the words. Like everybody would go, oh, light and love, light and love. Well, light and love is great because we all love light and love. But if you're saying it and you don't feel it in your heart, if it's not resonating in the heart, it's not
Yeah.
really working in your favor here. You
Yeah,
can,
you're
I
right.
mean, and they do say things like fake it till you make it. That's another good one, fake it till you make it. You know, um, I learned that in 12 step groups, getting sober. I had to fake it till I made it, one day at a time. Same thing with the spiritual path, one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, sometimes 1 hour at a time, sometimes, because we're going through, like, you don't feel good. I've had so many people. I had a rough week myself. I couldn't, my sleep has been off like crazy this week. It's the new moon's coming up on September 25th. We're in this, the equinox is coming up September 22nd. And it's huge energies. We've got 9 planets in retrograde right now. It's kicking our butts all over the place because it's telling us, wake up, wake up, wake up. And I will tell you, I picked a card, right? This is my morning messages card. And it says, guess what it says? You are invited to wake up.
Love it.
So
Would
here we
you
go.
read
And
it?
then we're going to say our grounding prayer.
Yeah.
So there is an energetic evolutionary wave that is occurring in the psyche of all earth dwellers. And boy, is that happening. The aspect of you that knows the grand truth is awakening to the awareness that you are a magnificent, expanded, multidimensional being. In order to embrace any aspect of your multidimensional self, you're invited to release the hold of the ego patterns and limitations. You are invited to wake up. When you
Mhm.
practice holding a clear vibration of joy, gratitude, and appreciation, you begin to soften the grip of the ego mind. When you bless rather than judge, when you place your awareness in your heart, you are softening the grip of your limited self. Each conscious act is a step closer to your authentic, magnificent self and the realms of unlimited wonder. We invite you to take these conscious steps and relax, knowing that you are loved and all is well.
Mm.
So, how perfect is that card? I couldn't believe it when I said, "Oh my gosh, that's the
Yeah.
card."
You know,
And I was
sometimes,
guided to go downstairs and get those cards. But before I came, we opened the show. I said, I have to get that deck.
yeah.
And there it is.
I think it's so powerful what you're saying, or you led into that card reading, was that it's actually the energy behind the words. So I really needed to tune into that. So I closed my eyes. I do that automatically if I feel like I'm being disturbed by
Mhm.
outside forces. So I just go in just to really take in the words and feel them. So that's like we have to do the work. So I choose to do that. I choose to really connect with the words and allow those to unfold, if you wish, within myself. And that's when, the healing starts to occur. So I just wanted to, I thought that was a perfect example of how you can actually, open up and
Start a
do the
healing.
work as you move through, just don't listen to beautiful words. Take that energy behind those words in, feel what it shifts in you, really resonate with what's being said. You have to
Yeah.
do that work to actually find your awakening within those words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's all heart based because you could feel it in your heart. I could tell as soon as you closed your eyes. I felt it in my heart as soon as I started to read it. This is part of the heart connection that we're meant to go into now. This is where we're moving into those. The ascension energy is here when we start connecting everything to the heart. That is what ascension energy is. It's higher consciousness. I mean, it's really just higher consciousness. You can use ascension and higher consciousness, synonymous words, the same words, and it's powerful. So let's just do a quick grounding because the most important thing to do right now with what these energies are doing for us is to ground. And so if we're not grounded and creating our sacred spaces, putting ourselves in that little bubble of protection, we won't feel totally right. We're gonna be very scattered in our ways and every day, like on your daily basis. So all right, just put your feet on the ground or visualize that you're sending down your golden threads of light down to the earth and connecting around there to the Mother Earth crystals. So I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in through your nose and down into your belly, out through your mouth. Do another one in through your nose, down to the belly, blow it out your mouth. And then one more in through your nose. Then I want you to visualize those beautiful shafts of light going through your body, down your legs and out your feet, and going down through those layers of the earth towards that giant crystal, which I see as the heart of Mother Gaia. And then send those beautiful light crystals around connect with Mother Gaia. You can merge with her, you can wrap it around her, however way you see it. And then now let those beautiful energies of Mother Gaia coming up the threads of light again, coming up through the layers of the earth, back up into your feet. Let it go through your legs, into your belly, up into your chest, in through your arms, up and through your neck, and out through your head, into your head rather, and out through the crown of your head, and then send it way up to the sky. Now you have this beautiful golden light shining, shooting right up like this beautiful comet of light. Just send it out, way out into the universe, way, way out. And as you're going out into the universe, there are many stars twinkling at you. One of those is your particular star. Send your beam of light to the star and connect with it, become one with it. And the star is your soul family. It's a great way to connect with the soul family that are here to help you and guide you on your journey. But you have to connect. You have to ask for their help, and not just, can I help? Can you help me? But ask them particular things like, I'm not sleeping well. I lost things this week. Please help me find it. They help me find it. And within 5 minutes, I found it. We always have to ask. We always get assistance. So always ask your guides very clearly and very specifically what you need. And now we're sending up that light to the central sun. And the central sun is that beautiful portal of light that is shifting us again from the carbon base that we are to that crystalline, beautiful light bodies that we're moving into. And that's part of all these symptoms that we're getting right now. So now that beautiful central sun is going to send down the cosmic flush, which is the silvery shimmering light coming down to the earth, back down to where we live, in through the roof of your house, in through the crown of your head, very gently and lovingly. This light is going to flow around you like a figure eight. This silvery light is going to pick up like water, crystalline waters of light. You're going to pick up any low, dense energies, put in any words that you're feeling at the moment, tiredness, sickness, resentment, anger, fear, whatever you've got going on, just put it in there. And those waters are going to pick it up. And then now sending those waters down your body again and down your legs and out your feet and down through those layers of the earth towards that giant crystal again that I see as the heart of Mother Gaia. There's the beautiful ring of fiery light. Send this energy, this stuck energy, into that light and see it burned up and transmuted into light. Now put your hands on your heart. You're right over your left. And just visualize that beautiful heart light, which is our source light, that beautiful light, pilot light. This is the light that ignites everything in us. This is what gets us spark going. This is what we are as the creators that we are. This helps us create everything. So when you're stuck, go into your heart, touch your heart so you feel that connection. And now that beautiful heart light is going to start radiating from the really depths of your body. That deep soul light is going to come forward. This liquid golden light is going to start flowing out into your cells, filling up your cells, nourishing them and loving them, filling them up, and then surrounding you. Let the overflow surround your body, your entire body, with that liquid golden light of love. It's unconditional love of source light. And this energy is going to create your beautiful sacred space. And now the intention you may have for this session today, Viveka.
To trust the path.
Mm. Wow, that really feels amazing when you said that. Trusting the path. Yes, trusting the path, just trusting wherever you are in your life right now. So we're going to ask for whatever we need to bring through to come through very clearly and with lots of unconditional love. And that trust is so important. So thank you, thank you, thank you, all beings of light who are here. We'll ask you to step back, but be present with us and slowly open your eyes and take a breath in so that you're grounded in your body.
Thank you.
There
That
we
was
are.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Mm.
So, well, here we are. So, we were talking about, I think, a great subject is optimism. It's something I think we should talk about today, because optimism, I was told by this, I had a reading, oh gosh, must have been 10, 15 years ago, with this amazing guy who he was connected to Yeshua's family, and he channeled Joseph of Arimathea, who was supposed to be the uncle of Yeshua. So he lives in Glastonbury, England, this gentleman, but he had come to Connecticut to do a presentation, and it was amazing because he did a travel all around the world to the chakras of the planet of the earth,
Mm.
chakras. He was one of the first people to create this movie. It was really wonderful. And so he also channeled. So I went and had a reading, and he said, oh, and he started chuckling. His guides were chuckling, and they're like, oh, it's so nice to meet someone who's joyful and optimistic. And I was like, oh, thank you, because I don't get told that very often, because I'm very serious about things sometimes, but life has not exactly been always rosy, but I'm always optimistic about life. I always feel like, things are going to get better. and I'm trusting that they're going to get better. There's the word trust. And I mean, no matter what I did, even though it wasn't the perfect, it wasn't great, I went forward. I kept taking the steps and the guidance that I needed to take to become who I'm meant to become. So here I am, here you are. And one thing about optimism, I was listening to someone talk, and I love to. I'm going to borrow a couple of her words, and her name is Gigi Young, and this woman is brilliant. And she talked about how heart is the harmonizer. So when you want to go into optimism, we have the chakras, the three upper, the three lower, and then the heart's the bridge. We've heard that before, but the heart is also the harmonizer. It creates the balance in our body. And if we're not connecting to our heart, and that's why I said connect to your heart, and we did the meditation in the beginning to create our sacred space. The heart, if you're not connecting to your heart, as you totally beautifully expressed, we're not getting it fully like we meant to. So, and you don't always think of connecting, but if you touch your heart when you're doing these things, that brings you physically to your heart. So then and it's so simple, but simplicity is what it's all about. I mean, we always complicate things as human beings. We're very complicated. And to make it simple, just touch your heart.
Mm.
And if you're having a really rotten day or you're feeling rotten, sit down, breathe, do this little grounding, create your sacred space. Don't, or if you can't even give yourself that much time, put your hands on your heart and breathe and just go, I know I'm not alone. I know I am loved. I'm unconditionally loved by source, and I am source. So just, those words alone to me just connect me and ground me.
I completely.
So
I have another solution, or not another solution,
yeah,
a
no,
tip.
whatever.
Um,
Yeah.
it to me being optimistic. I think I've always been optimistic, even though I come in here and I say I'm honest in saying that I'm a little low, but I'm still optimistic. I know things are going on. I know I'm shifting. I know I'm expanding. We're here to grow, right? And so I'm open and honest about that, but I'm also very optimistic, even though I can find myself down. I mean, physically drained or tired or sick or just out of balance, I still
Mhm.
know that I'm on this journey. It's a knowingness. And that knowingness is love, it is joy, it is happiness. And I know it's my responsibility to protect that and to nourish that, even though I'm low in some areas. Um, but it's choosing that in any moment. To me, that's optimistic. That is choosing, even though you're not feeling well, to look at life, knowing that you're on a journey and that this is part of it, and being or trusting, like you said, trusting that you'll be fine one step at a time. You will learn, you will grow, you will see, you will expand as a soul. And I think that's being optimistic as well. And I
Oh,
just wanted to
absolutely.
say how I do that when I'm sick, especially, it's protect my energy from outside forces. So
Mm,
mainly other people. So
yeah.
I go in and I protect, and I know because I'm very vulnerable, because I do not have that shield. It's easy to take on stuff because your body is
Mm.
working. You're dealing with stuff. You're maybe surrendering, like we said, uh, after the clearing. I'm letting go of stuff, and I feel like I need to create a new pattern, and I don't want to adopt anybody else's pattern. I have to protect
Mhm.
myself, right, in
Yeah,
this sacred
yeah,
moment of
yes.
being. Because Zarius, my spirit guide, said to me once, when you're sick, that's when you can hear your soul even clearer. And when you
Yeah,
come back, you will shine. Your strength, you're grown, you're stronger. So I know anything that we go through, which is alignment, also out of alignment, that's that's for us to grow, to shine even brighter when we return.
yeah, and I think that's so important to share that because I think people look at things like, "Oh, well, I'm not might not be doing it right." Well, as we said, this is not an easy road. It's gonna be up and down. It's like we trudge the road to happiness. It's like that. It's a trudging. It's not like a hop, skip, and a jump, and we're there. No, no, no. It's not like that. It's no. We're gonna slog through this stuff. There's a lot of muck that we're slogging through to get through this, and clearing is huge. And
Mhm.
so we're also, as we're clearing, we're radiant lights. Anyone who's listening to this is a radiant light. So they are also radiating out to the others. So they're literally doing work for everyone around them. And so we're sending out this light. We're the first responders, kind of. We're the essentials right now. Like they said during COVID, like in the United States, you had to, the essentials was stayed on the job, but the other people could go. So we're the essentials that we've been on the job now through the whole thing, no matter which way we came through. And, we were doing our work privately or we came on YouTube or wherever you're doing your work. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be on YouTube to be doing work. You can be doing it in any way, shape, or form. And you don't have to be a spiritual healer to do it. You can still be on your ascension journey, but whatever you're doing and you're in your joy and you're in your and you're feeling, when you go to work, you're like, oh gosh, I'm so happy I'm doing this work. If you go to and go, oh my God, I got to get through another day. I know that happens to a lot of people because we need a paycheck. I mean, paycheck to paycheck is how a lot of people live, and that's not unusual. And it's probably the majority of the world. And so that's a hard thing. I mean, the biggest thing they're saying now is to like let go of that job, because then you're opening the door to the next best thing that's going to show up for you. Because when you trust, and that's the trust, and that's not easy, because if you have a family, you can't just jump from job to job. So you could slow or take on like a hobby that's been tugging at you. Give yourself time to do something that's been really you've been wanting, like something like make artwork, or you wanted to plant a garden, or you wanted to go play soccer or something, or you wanted to go to the gym, or you wanted to walk with your friend every day, or walk with your friend a couple times a day,
Mhm.
or something that you can really have fun with. Those are the things that create openings that allow us to become the creators of our reality, because we are the creators of our reality. So when we are in optimism, when you get to the heart, when you connect with your heart, the heart at least can bring you back to neutral. And this is what she was even talking about, which I love, Gigi. And she says it keeps you in the harmonious alchemy state, a harmonious chemical state, where you can face what you're doing. It gives you the chance to look at yourself with vision, and not in this low. I mean, you can be a little bit low, but if you keep that optimism in the background going, I'm going to get through this. It's going to, like tomorrow, like when I was in AA, they would say, you know, uh, if you, what is it called? Think of a drink, change a thought. Like if you think of something, change the thought right away and try to get off of what you were thinking. Go for a walk. Like if you're getting really down, go outside. I mean, we say that a lot, but nature
You're
is the
right.
biggest
But
healing balm.
yeah.
Nature is the biggest. Even if you just go sit in your porch, even if you just step outside your door and breathe the air of the outside world rather than in your house, which we get stuck in a million so much, and you've got to just get out of the environment you're in. Just step outside. Go sit in your car if you have to. Even open the window, go for a ride, go take yourself to the park. And if you don't want to walk, just sit there and just put on some music, and be mindless for a few minutes. Clear your mind. As soon
You
as
know
we
what I
clear our,
do, Janet, sometimes
yeah.
when I don't feel like it, because it's a strength doing things even though you know it's good, but you don't want to do it.
Oh yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
one thing I know always puts me in a good mood, and shifts my vibration, and that is music and dancing.
Oh
So on with
yeah.
the music and dancing. Even though I can start slow out, I always finish strong. I've never gone through a whole song without woohoo.
I know. It's music is I think it's the direct connection to the soul. I really
Oh,
do. I think
I know.
music
I
is,
so agree with you. And I
yeah.
just cry when I hear some kind of music. I don't know how to describe it, but I just, it's like a choir or something that's really
Mhm.
high vibrational, or symphona. How do you say it in English?
A
Yeah.
symphonic
Like,
melody. Yeah.
oh, that touches something in me. And I
Yes.
remember I want to share this because that's why it's so powerful for me. Because when I did my Life Between Lives session, the first session I ever did by myself, or I was the
Like your first
person
client.
taking the journey. I was not the
Yeah. Yeah.
facilitator. Um, I was
Oh, you were
guided,
the
and
one.
when I was, yeah, so when I was going up, I was being pulled by a force up, and I was going more or less on my own machine, if you wish, but I felt a pull, like a beautiful
Mm.
kind of pull, and I started to hear music, an angel
Oh,
choir singing. I'm not kidding. I'm getting teary eyed now. Goosebumps.
well,
It was.
yes.
I wish I could describe, but you could hear me on the recording that I was sobbing because, and he was like, "What's going on?"
Mm.
There's beautiful music. I can still goosebumps because
It's the
I've never
music of the
heard.
spheres. They
Yeah.
call it the music of the spheres. It's the celestial music that you can sometimes hear. You know, I've
Yes, yeah,
heard
I
that,
heard
and I
it. I never heard it
yes,
before, but I
yes,
heard it.
and yes, it's a real thing. It's a real true thing. Yes,
Yes,
I know.
I can.
Lately,
Yeah.
you know, it was so interesting after we had the event with Donna Marie. I was sitting doing my exercise because I hurt my ankle, so I'm wearing a brace on my ankle. So um, I was sitting doing my exercises and I started to hear music in my head. And I'm like, it was like that, almost like celestial. It was a very high vibration. And I said to my husband, "Are you hearing that music?" And he's like, "What? No, no, no." And I'm like, "Whoa, this is the music of this." I mean, I heard it for like 2 minutes. It was short, but I was thinking, am I making this up? I heard the music. I heard the music. It was crazy. And that you brought that up, I was like, why am I hearing that? But it was sort of, it's like letting us know we're connected to a
Mm,
higher source,
mm,
letting us know that we are so connected more than we even realize when we allow that connection to come through.
mm.
That's the heart connection. This is the balancing state.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it can be uncomfortable, like what you're going through right now. And, you know, my sleep issues are going on right now. It's uncomfortable, isn't it? It's not fun, but you know we're going to get through it because once we get to the other side, something amazing is going to come through for us. And that's
That's
what always
right.
helps me.
And now we're
Yeah.
both optimistic, but I think that's the point here, right? To
Yes.
choose and to know, because the knowingness, as I said, you know this. You've been around the block once or twice, so
Yeah.
you have this
That's
lifetime,
true.
so
Yeah.
you know that you can trust
Yeah.
it. Things are going
Yes.
to shift. Things are going to get better.
Always.
I know
Always.
Eckhart
Yeah.
Tolle has a thing that I think is pretty beautiful. He says, "This too shall pass."
Always, yeah, yeah. That's what I learned even in my 12-step groups when I was in AA. And you know, I go occasionally to a meeting now. It's just to stay connected. But you know, once in a blue moon, when I feel guided, I go because it's a spiritual journey there too. That's what opened up my spiritual lifetime. I have to be very grateful to it. But you know, optimism, like we talked about, it's the correct alignment with our soul. Isn't that beautiful? Gigi said that, so I'm going to give her that line. But we can lose our vision also when we are in low emotional states. And that makes so much sense to me. We lose our vision because we get so bogged down with the ick and all the stuff going on that we don't feel that beautiful emotional freedom and joy when we're creating something. We just feel, you know, the blahs. It's called the blahs, I'd say. And
I like that. The blast.
yeah, it's the blah, oh blah, you know, I just feel blah. So it's just and so when we want to bring that back, we if we like you just I love what you just said. If you can just say this too shall pass, you're going to get through it and just know once you get through it, you're not going to be the same as you just were. We shift immediately when we get through this stuff. It's an opening when you're going through this kind of energetic pain or difficulty, you're because you're opening to something new and better than ever before, and you're shifting who you are again. So it's fantastic when we go through this, even though it doesn't feel it. It's a gift. That's why this whole COVID thing was a big gift. I
Mhm.
mean, everybody's saying it, and I thought of that way back when. I'm like, because I slowed down. We all slowed down. What did we want? What do we crave is to slow down in this world. Everything is so fast. We have fast food. We want to, you know, we have TikTok. Everything is fast. 1 minute, you know, blah blah. I don't know how people do it. I can't do anything in 1 minute. But you know, it's just everything is so damn fast. It's like
I'm
really,
just laughing, Janet, because I think you're hilarious. Sometimes you're so
but it's
right.
so
I mean,
true.
everything is so fast. Everything. I'm saying, oh no, yeah, you're so right. I'm just thinking.
Everybody wants everything instantaneous, and I'm no different. I kind of want it too sometimes because that's what we're getting used to.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, when you go into other countries, some countries are slower. and people can't handle it. They just want to tear their hair out. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, you know, why can't they go quicker? You know, we have a lot of people from India moving into our area now, and all different areas, India, Pakistan, and they're all walking on the roads around here. Everybody's walking. You never see that around here because there's not many sidewalks because it's very country. I mean, my neighborhood has sidewalks, but like the main roads don't have sidewalks sometimes because it's kind of a country atmosphere. But they're all walking.
Yeah.
So I've never seen so many people walking until all these people started moving in. And it's beautiful because they're connecting to the earth. They're taking time to connect with themselves and with the earth and just to have quiet. They're not always with anybody. A lot of them are just alone. Many of them are walking alone. Sometimes you see the husband and wife. Sometimes you just see the little old lady walking in the neighborhood. They're so sweet. They always, hello, but it's a different atmosphere. It
Yeah.
makes you stop. And when I look at them, I'm like, see, they're so conscious of what they're doing. They're so present in their moment because they're walking. And when you're walking, you're present in your body because you're in nature.
Let
Nature
me share
grounds us.
something, Janet.
Yes, go ahead.
Earlier today, I went for a walk. I told my husband that, oh, I'm not going to the gym. I'm taking
Uh-huh.
off because it's beautiful weather. Look at the colors of the trees. It's
Yep.
starting to get fall here in Norway, so the leaves are
Same.
turning.
Yeah.
It's
Same here.
beautiful. And I was like, I'm going for a walk. And I'm going for an hour walk. So, and he goes, well,
Mhm.
I actually want to go with you. So is that okay? And I
Nice.
go, yes, because we do respect each other's privacy if we want to walk by
Sure.
ourselves, because it is a meditation or just a quiet time and a reflection. Or so, yeah, we walked. We took our dog and we walked, and we walked. Decided to walk. We've lived here now for 15 years on this
Mhm,
block,
mhm.
and there's this little wood, because there's a lot of wood around here, but there's this little pathway into the woods that we've never walked on 50. And I go, I'm
Ah.
walking that pathway today. You want to join me? So he joined, and we walked this new pathway, and we get to this place. This is so beautiful because gifts come in very, very beautiful things. So I want to show you a picture if I can do that. So we were walking, and we get to this outside the little where we were walking, and okay, so this might not work. Let's
Too
see.
close,
Let's
a
see.
little further back. Yeah.
Can
Is
you
it a
see
fountain?
there's jeans with flowers,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
is
yeah. I
and
can't see
there's
the
a
flowers, but
little
I see
thing
the
right
jeans.
there. That's
Yes, we
honey.
do
They
that.
have honey. They make their own honey, and you just put out jars, and they say, please take. You can just, we have this where you can pay
Ooh.
virtually. So
Yes,
it
yes.
was just outside when we walked out. There it was. It was so funny. It was such a gift and so
Wow.
beautiful. And it was and all natural honey. And I was just wow.
That's
What an
fantastic.
experience, right? Just
Yes,
because we
yes.
decided to walk this, and we were all by
Mhm.
ourselves. So I had to take pictures because I wanted to share it with everyone in the neighborhood.
So
So,
beautiful. No, that's very special. That's very special. See, those people are so grounded in their beauty, and when you're grounded in beauty, that also keeps you optimistic. When you notice beauty around you and the gifts that beauty's bringing you, that's also another form of optimism. So
yeah,
if you notice beauty, realize that you are optimistic somewhat, because if you connect to beauty, that's optimism. It's a
yeah.
beautiful thing. And people, some people's lives can be kind of low and it's tough, but if they look, oh, I lost you. Did I
No,
lose
did
you?
you? Yeah, I can see you. You're fine.
All
You
right,
might
like
have lost
somebody.
me, but we can see you.
Oh, isn't this weird? I don't know where it went now.
Let me just say this while you're doing that.
Yeah.
I told my husband we were walking in this new pathway, and I was going, "Can you smell it?" And he goes, "Smell what?" I said, "Don't you smell nature is changing? There's a new smell." And what does it remind you of? And he goes, hmm.
Mm.
And we were talking about the smell of the forest
Uh-huh.
that's shifted. And it's just, that's a gift to me as well. Not only the colors, and we're walking and discovering new pathways in the
Yeah.
woods, and I'm there with my dog, and she's sniffing and she's enjoying it. Of course, her tail is going, and I could smell this, and it was a beautiful, beautiful day with the sun shining down, and you could just see the leaves, by the wind. You could hear it, and but we were kind of
Mm.
protected by the
Mhm.
trees. That was a real, I don't want to use the word gift again. It was just a magical time. be
Yes,
nature.
yes.
And I just felt so, so good. And even my husband said when we were done walking, he said, that was amazing. That was a good walk. And I go, yeah. That,
Mm.
and we didn't
And
meet
you felt
anybody. We were all by ourselves. There wasn't one
right.
person.
And isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? You feel very renewed. It's like
Yeah.
a renewal.
Yeah.
Like you come in all new again and you're ready for something new. And that's that creativity. You're opening up the doors to creativity now. So now you're going to have a chance to see if you wanted to work on something and your vision is opening. So you don't have to sit down and necessarily do it, but your mind has allowed an opening and your heart has allowed the opening. And that energy is going to allow something to come through that you've kind of kept in your subconscious, or you've been thinking about, but you're not really working on it. So but you're always working on it whether you realize it or not. Our
Yeah.
subconscious is always working on these things and telling us, okay, when you're ready, this is going to come through. And so now we're allowing that to come through
Mm.
when you do these things, like take a beautiful
Key
walk.
word, allowing. I love you said
Yeah.
that. Allowing, allowing, allowing. It's actually up to us to allow it. And we have to actually be optimistic and do what we think is best for our well being through the
Yes.
self love.
And
And you allow
optimistic.
it.
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't mean that optimism, you don't have to be, like, super happy and,
No,
smiley
no.
and, Miss Congeniality, that was an old movie that was all very popular, right? But it's you don't have to be any of that, just be you. But if you're enjoying certain things and you can just be sitting there very quiet and looking at things and going, wow, look at that, look at the bird, he's beautiful, look at this, look at that. It's just bringing you into a heart harmony, a connection to your heart, and that's connecting to your soul. And then you're back on track. You're back into your creative self that you're meant to be. So it brings you into the alignment. It's just fantastic. So
Well, I must say, this conversation has been very healing. It,
oh good.
you know, it's always good to speak with you, Janet, but some conversations really just lift you. Like I asked you in the beginning if I could just be the one who be lifted today. And I want to thank you and everyone watching for that love and support, because I can really feel myself being more grateful, opening more up, allowing to be vulnerable, and allowing to be a little sad. Something needs to release that I'm a little sad, and I
Hmm.
guess that's okay. I don't know what it is, but I trust it. This too shall
Hmm.
pass. And
Hmm.
I'm just grateful. I'm humble and grateful that we could have this conversation today, Janet. So
And
thank
thank you too, because I feel the same way when we connect. And no matter how hard the week has been, it always lifts me because I just enjoy our connection. And whatever we talk about is soothing to my soul. Like I feel soothed,
you.
like just connecting with you. And the fact that you asked me to, I have no, I just know it's meant to be. And I trust that it's going to come through the way it's meant to. And so we're both receiving and giving to each other and to those that are listening, all those that are listening. I'm so grateful for all of you too that come in and listen and share. If you can share, we love you to share comments after, and or you can share you can share while you're listening. Just put comments down below, and it's so powerful. I mean, these are the moments that makes life worthwhile to me. This is what the spiritual journey is all about. I mean, if I didn't go on this journey, if you didn't go on this journey, we wouldn't connect to people like we are. We wouldn't go to that deep level. Like I can't connect just on surface stuff, like a little bit, only, as long as I enjoy the person enough and I'm like, okay, I can handle that today. But I'm kind of a deep person. You're a deep person. I know
Yes.
that. And so we can't just sit and be frivolous. If someone wants to, I mean, I'm not going to say, if I say this, I'll get in trouble, but you want to talk about your animals. I love animals. Sure. I don't have any right now. I don't know if I will, because they're like children, and, I like my freedom. So, it's nice. Whatever you have to share, I'm willing to listen. And then, you know, we move on. And you
Mhm.
can also say no to a lot of things. There's nothing wrong with saying no if you don't want to go places. I've been finding I've been saying no to a lot of things. And it's like a good friend of mine has been having lots of events, and I can't go. I just don't feel drawn right now. I need my quiet space. Like we're shifting. We're in this, I feel like we're in this huge bubble of shift and ascension that we need to be in kind of our own space and with only the people that we're in deep resonance with. I feel I have to be with the deep resonant people right now. I can't just be with the people that don't take this journey seriously. I
Yeah.
mean, and I don't mean to be, serious because I'm optimistic that everyone's going to be on this journey eventually because we're all on it in some way, shape, or form because we're all going together because we are one. But, you just have to protect yourself as well. And just, if you don't feel it in your heart to do something, don't do it. Just say no.
Yeah.
No
I
is a
think that's
complete
going to be
sentence.
the ending, Janet.
Okay.
We're
All right.
way off time.
Are we? I don't even know.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked.
So, but I think we've, really shared some honest
Yes.
experiences and stories today. And I hope that you've enjoyed it. Anyone
Mm,
who's watching has enjoyed this. And like you said, Janet, please leave a comment.
yes.
We would like to support you as well. So we are here.
Yes. And I would like to remind you all, please like and subscribe to our channel because we don't say that often. And we really appreciate when you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. That is
Remember,
so
it's
helpful.
energy. You actually
It
do
is
an
energy.
action.
We're
You
sharing
actually
what we
support.
brought to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's so
thank you.
powerful to do that, and we really appreciate when you do that. So thank you so much. So I'm going to just say the golden age affirmations right now because I want to end with those, and then I'll just send the chords back. So I'm going to say the version. I'm going to mix it up the versions because I think I've given you many different versions, and this version is the original. And I'm going to just bring in the last two sentences that he added on. So connect to your heart. Feel this with full intention through your heart when you do this affirmation, and take a breath. So I choose for my four bodies to come into harmony with the golden age now. I now ask for my mental body, spiritual body, emotional bodies, and physical body to come back into oneness now. I now ask for all four bodies to come into harmony with my God self frequency. And I choose not to be uninfected or unaffected by anything below my universal God self frequency. I choose to be uninfected or unaffected by the changes in my four bodies and my chakra systems. And I choose to be uninfected or unaffected by any physical labors throughout this day. And when we say that, and that's it, that's the end. And when we say that, it's like what Vibeke said, like this too shall pass when you're going through things during your day, allowing it not to affect you in a deep way that it's going to stop you from moving forward in your life. It's going to pass. It will pass. So I thank all our beings of light who are here with us today, all of you that are joining us today, and all those who are listening. We thank you, thank you, thank you. Stay in peace. That is what the heart centered connection and optimism brings us. It brings us a sense of peace. So go in peace today. We love you all. Thank you.